about how to design a website and why it's really important to make use of the layout grid on Figma to achieve a nice, beautiful design. And right on my Canva right now, you can see this old dribble screenshot I took, and I'm going to explain a few things with dribble, all right, so you can understand columns and rows. All right, so yeah, first thing you want to do is first thing okay, let me just explain that. All right, so I'll make use of this rectangle tool. I'm going to explain a few things. So the first building block is the Figma logo, which is this. So I'm going to take this out and put this. All right, this is, let me take this into the middle. Okay, this is the first section on dribble. All right, so the next one is this section. This menu is another section, so I'm going to draw that real quick. Okay, so this is another section on dribble. As you can see right here, this is another section on dribble, and this search is another section on dribble. All right, this search is another section on dribble. This is another colon, right? Another colon, which I'm going to explain very soon. All right, so lastly we have this column. Okay, good, we have this column, which is this. So as you can see right here, this is 1, then 2, 3, 4. This is, so normally Figma, so it shows that Figma is actually making use, sorry, I said Figma, dribble is actually making use of a 4 column, not just a 4 column, but they converted a 12 column grid system into a 4 column grid system to achieve their design. All right, so now let's take another section. This is another section right here. This is another section right here. All right, so we do this. So this is another section on dribble, and these 4 columns you are seeing right here, this is another section on dribble. So I'm going to draw this real quick, then I'll do this. Sorry, this is what I'm going to do. All right, so I'll just duplicate, then I'll just duplicate, then take this down. I want you to understand something when you're actually designing a website. When you're designing a website, you can see why it's really important to make use of layout grid in your design. It helps you achieve a nice design and something that developers can actually make use of, because when developers are designing a particular website, they make use of columns. All right, they make use of columns to achieve certain things, and inside a column you might actually have a floating, you can have an absolute image that is floating within that column. For example, you can have this same image floating at this same corner, the middle of this column and this column. So you see, with column you can achieve so many things. I know it might seem a little bit difficult to understand, but I'm going to explain more. And you can see right here, this is the dribble footer design, and this is another column. You can take note of it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to put this into practice very soon. So I'm going to do this real quick. So let's say this is 1 column, and this is 1 column. Then I'll duplicate this because I want to make use of this particular column again. All right, so I will take this right like this, then I'll duplicate this. Okay. So as you can see right here, this is another column usage on dribble. You can see it right there. So I'm going to take this real quick. let's say this is this. I'm going to explain more very soon. All right, so I'll get this, then take this one to the other end. All right, so all right, so as you can see right here, this is the layout grid for Dribble. I don't know why I keep mentioning Figma. So this is the layout grid for Dribble, as you can see right here. So Dribble has, you see, they have this section. They're making use of this colon for their header, this one for the menu, this one for the search, and this one for other uh, other menus like the icons, profile, and upload. Then this section, they're making use of this section for categories, categorizing different designs and all. Then this is the design, and this is design in play using a 4 colon. And same thing applies to YouTube. When you're actually viewing YouTube on your desktop, you can actually see 4 colon for each for videos, video displays. And if you're making use of a wider screen, like you're making use of a wider screen, then you're going to see more columns on a particular section. Like maybe instead of, if you're making use of a wider screen, instead of seeing just 4 designs right here, you might see 8 designs depending on how long your screen is. All right, so and as you can see right here, this is the footer. Like I said, this is the footer for Dribble. You can see how they're actually making use of colons when they are designing. So you can see why it's important for you to make use of colons. So how do you make use of colons in your design? So what you want to do is to first of all create your frame. So I'm going to do that right here. I'll create my frame. I'll create my frame. So as you can see right here, my frame, this is more like an empty, let's say an empty website. This is more like an empty website. All right, you can see there is no design there, just empty. So how do you go ahead and build all these columns and all? So what you need to do is to come to this layout grid. Some of you might have seen this layout grid and you feel like, come, I don't need to make use of layout grid when I'm designing. But if you want to achieve something that developers can actually go ahead and develop, then you need to leverage and try to make use of this layout grid. All right, so I'll click on layout grid right now. So you can see it's all showing this 10 pixel grid. So I'm going to change this from grid to colon. Then I'm going to change from 5 colon, change it to 12 colon. So as you can see, this is now 12 colon. So I'm going to increase the margin. The margin is the spacing between this section, this spacing from the left hand and right hand side to where this content started from. All right, so I'm going to change this to, let's say maybe 50. So as you can see right here, it's moving. So you can see, guys, it's moving. So I'm going to change this to 60. You can see the more I keep increasing this margin, the more space I get. Okay, so now we've done this. So how do you build all this? So if you're actually designing, let's take all this. Let's take all these things. Let's just take all these things and then I'll duplicate this, then I'll drag it into this design. I want you to take note of something. All right, I know this design might not look really perfect, like when I was actually creating this on the design is different from what you see here. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to try and enlarge it to see if it's going to work, and let's try and adjust this. All right, so yeah, this is it. So I'll select this, then I'll change the spacing. I'll change this to 60. Okay, so let's just assume let's assume this is, let's say 67. Let's say 69. No, let's say 72. All right, let's say 58. All right, 56. All right, done. So yeah, so this is it, guys. As you can see right here, this is it. This is the colons playing inside your design. All right, so let's take this down a little bit. Let's say we have more sections on Dribble, but before that, let me quickly insert this footer. So what I'm trying to do is I want you to understand why you should make use of columns in your design. If you want to become a pro designer, then you need to try as much as possible to leverage on making use of grids. All right, so I'm going to do that again. All right, so I think yep, we've done that. So yeah, we've done that. And yeah, we can also adjust all this. We can adjust all this system, all this grid system. I'll just take this to this. All right, then take this. I know this is not perfect. All right, so I'm trying as much as possible to explain all my points, and at the same time to make sure that you understand every single thing. All right, so we can also go ahead and tweak all this according to the columns you are seeing here. All these columns, you have a 12 column grid. So I think we're not tweaking all this. So we're going to leave this like this. We're going to leave this like this. Then we're going to work with this, and this. All right. So what we're going to do is, all right. So I'll change this to this. Change this to this. Then I'm going to change this to this. Then I will increase this. I'll take it here. Then I'll take this here. All right, so as you can see right here, now the design is plain live right now, as you can see. So I'm going to select this, then increase this to this to adapt to all these columns we've placed. All right, so as you can see right here, I'm also going to show you something. You notice that the website will look more attractive than before. All right, so I'm going to delete all these columns right here. I'll just delete all these columns and then make use of just one column in my just make use of one column. Then I'll duplicate this since each columns is equal to each column. So I'm going to duplicate design instead of having to adjust the column again. So I'll duplicate that real quick, then I'll just all right, so I'll duplicate this, duplicate. Okay. Okay, so I think we have one more column left. So what I'm going to do is we make use of this one column for the last one. All right, so let's make use of this one column. Okay, so now we're going to work with this. Let's make use of half and half. Okay. Okay, so as you can see right now, the design is looking really cool. As you can see, it's looking really cool. So if I zoom out, you're going to see what this website actually looks like. So let's go ahead and turn off this grid. If you want to turn off this grid, it's very easy. You can touch right here on this particular frame and you click on this eye icon, then it's going to turn off. So now you can actually see what the grid of this website actually looks like. All right, so if I want to go ahead and give spacing, I can also do that by giving spacing above and the bottom. I can do that. Let's just take this down real quick. All right, so as you can see right here, this is the layout for Dribble. All right, this is the layout for Dribble, playing live right now on Figma. So you can see that making use of layouts in your design is it's key. It's actually one of the key parts in designing. Then the next key part in achieving a good designer as a beginner is to make use of the right font. And how do you get the right fonts for a particular kind of designs? Right, you can see we have menu icons that has menu. You can see this sorry, these menus they have their own font size, font uh fonts family, and we also have, depending on the website, some websites you can actually find, okay, yes, this is what I'm talking about right here. So you can see right here they are actually making use of a bold type. So let us say this is an header, maybe header 6 or header 3 or header, I don't know, header 4 something. So in order for you to get all this, what you need to do is to make use of you can make use of you can create your own, font size. But if you are not really good with getting the right font size, in order for you to become a good designer, here's what you need to do: make use of material design. With material design, you're going to see all principles of designing. Yes, you're going to see all principles about designing the website, designing the mobile app, and every single thing. So you scroll down to the material foundation, then scroll down to typography. All right. So right here on typography, you're going to see the type system, and on the type system we have various font size, font size for different functions. All right. So if you scroll down, you notice this. You notice this. So I can go ahead and copy this. You can copy this and come into your Figma and paste it somewhere on your cart. Just paste on your Canva. All right, paste on your Canva, and it's pasting. I think my network is somehow slow, right? So yes, so I'll zoom out so you can see different type scale for different category. Like when you're actually typing in your paragraph, you make use of the body 1 or body 2. So we make sure you try as much as possible to memorize this size for your paragraph. We have the best paragraph to make use of in web design is 16 or 14. Anything below this, then anything below 14, it means that it's going to be difficult for users to read your content. All right, so you want to try as much as possible to use a font size that's readable. All right, and you can also most people make use of 14, 16, 18. All right, so you can actually make use of any of those 3 font size for your paragraph. All right, so if we say let's make use of this particular let's make use of this particular system in our design. Let's just say, okay, I know I'm just going to design anything. So by following the dribble design, then go pro. All right, this is small, this is 12, so I'm going to change this to 16. Most of the time when I'm designing the website, I love making use of 16 because it's eligible. People can actually read 16 compared to other ones. So this is not the best way for you to design your menus though, but I'm just trying to explain. I don't want to have to waste my strength with creating. I want to try as much as possible to make sure this video is not too lengthy. All right, and straight to the point. All right, so this is it. We've done this. So we've done this. This is the menu, just like what we're actually talking about. Then we use here for the logo. We use here for other things. So you see, so you can actually see that making use of layouts in your design is key. It's key when you make use of layouts in your design. So next time when you're actually designing, make use of layouts and make use of the right font size in your design. So when next you're actually sharing your design to our Telegram community, we have a Telegram community. You can actually go ahead and join it in the comment section. Let me look for the group real quick. Okay, we have design gang community, and as you can see right there, people are actually sharing their designs, and also you can actually go ahead and share your own designs with the community. So when next you're actually designing something cool, I want to see you make use of this right font size, make use of spacing in your design. As you can see right there, with this whole layout, with this whole layer, this whole column setting and everything, you can actually get the right spacing in your design. You can get the right spacing. You can see right there, there's a spacing between this design and this design. So you can actually give those spacing, you can indicate those spacing right here on Figma. Alright, so next time when you're designing, you can always make use of the right spacing, know when to do this, know when to do this. So this is how you can actually go ahead and achieve all of that. So in order for you to become a good designer, you can actually go ahead and design something like this. You can design your column, just design the columns for each element. Then after that, you come back and you start making use of those particular columns you've created in that design. You can convert those columns into designs. So let's do a few ones a little. Let's just create, something. Let's create something. Discover animation, branding, illustration, mobile, print, product design, typo. Okay, I think. Okay, design. All right, so as you can see right here, these. I will try as much as possible to design this real fast. I know the main thing is as long as you can get the point of what I'm trying to talk about. So this is this. So we can have this. You can have this. Then I can turn this into. So we have so many crazy things you can actually use in achieving nice designs. So I'm just. All right. So as you can see, I can keep on going. I can keep on going by creating more designs. I can create more designs with what I have right now. So you can see. So if you want, after you finish designing that particular website, you can go ahead and delete all. You can go ahead and delete all these columns, and your website is going to come out really cool. All right, so you can see right here, there's just this little design I've done. You can see this is looking cool. I know this is just only text, so text only text is just making the website look somehow. Okay, but this is how you can actually go ahead and build websites that are useful, that are navigatable, website that meets designers needs. I'm sorry, that meets developers needs, stakeholders needs, users needs. All right, so that's it guys for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, or you have something difficult, or you're finding something difficult to understand in the whole product design space, you can actually go ahead and drop that in the comment section, and we'll try as much as possible to put you through. And so yes, you can actually become a good designer. And yes guys, we also have our product design course. The link to go ahead and purchase our product design course is actually in the description below, so you can go ahead and purchase our product design course. And also yes guys, we also create different series on how to go ahead and convert each designs into code. All right, how to convert designs into code, Figma designs into code. So if you want to go ahead and learn all of that, it's very easy. All right, so that's it guys for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. See you guys in another video. Peace.